So next, we move on to data-driven digital, and we move on to the other end of the spectrum from Eve's sleeve, which is the future for the FMCG world. Next up, we're joined by Andrew Muzzelle, who's the Digital Media Director for Nectar 360. So Andrew, we're looking forward to seeing you. Over to you.
Hi, Paul. Thank you very much for the intro. My name is Andrew Muzzelle. I am Digital Media Director for Nectar 360. And for a bit of context, Nectar 360 is an agency, and we own and operate the Nectar loyalty program, the largest loyalty program in the UK with 19 million collectors. We also manage Sainsbury's marketing services. So we use our media and our insights to deliver impactful relationships between the UK's biggest brands and their consumers. So today I'll talk briefly about the future, what we're doing about it, the results we're getting, so you can learn from the good work that we've done. So as Paul outlined at the start, the retail world has really transformed this year. With COVID, there's been a massive push to online, and brands need to stand out in this congested digital landscape. Consumer research has showed that 91% of brands that provide relevant offers and recommendations, people are more likely to spend with them. In fact, 63% of people expect that. So personalization and relevancy is critical to winning hearts and minds. To do this, you need data, and with more restrictions on data that can be captured and the death of the third-party cookie imminent, first-party data is crucial. Nectar 360 has always been at the forefront of data-driven digital, and that is why we've invested in a digital trading platform. This allows us to target, optimize, and measure brand and shopper campaigns. So here's how it works. As I said, we're really lucky to have a rich data set, and it's important to note that we collect all this data transparently and with control for the customer. So on our website, it explains clearly how the data is collected, what we do with it, and we give control to the customers to be able to opt out at any time. In the UK, half the UK households are part of the Nectar loyalty program, and with 36 swipes a second, that contributes to 22 billion rows of first-party data that we have. And the digital trading platform uses this data at every stage of the campaign. So first we have the audiences, and we can select the people that are right for the campaign, those that the campaign will be relevant for, out of millions based on their purchase behavior. This works for the customer because they're getting relevant advertising, but it also works for the advertiser because they're speaking to the right customers to drive brand awareness and sales. Once we've selected the right people, we can push the campaign live across Facebook and Instagram or display via Google DV360. And as we're running the campaign, we have live sales data coming in all the time from in-store and online. That way, we can use this to put the biggest budgets behind the creatives, the audiences, the media that is delivering the biggest impact online or in-store. Finally, when the campaign's complete, we can run final reports, determine what the brand awareness uplift was, look at conversions, look at sales uplift. So we've invested a lot, but does it all work? We ran a campaign with a leading household product, and the objective of that campaign was to produce more sales of the product and grow the category as a whole. The challenge, we wanted to deliver this over a multi-way campaign with different variants of creative, different audiences, and we wanted to use multiple data touch points to optimize against those as well. So the strategy we used was to model out so that we could reach new customers based on the customers we knew. We also did A/B testing of creatives across multiple different audiences, and that way we could see which creatives, which audiences were driving the best sales that could shift the budgets accordingly. The results were impressive. 6 million impressions delivered to 120,000 relevant households, of which nearly 8% went on to buy the product, and this gave us a positive ROI. The key point here, though, is when we looked at the results with and without optimizations, we saw a 50% increase in the conversions to brand. So, to summarize then, the key takeaways: in a congested digital landscape, brands really need to stand out. Personalization and relevancy can deliver this, but it requires data to reach the right person with the right message. So with the deprecation of third-party cookies, you'll need high-quality first-party data at scale, which we are lucky to have. If you can get all of that, then it works. So that's my presentation done. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A very poignant subject, given so much is changing around kind of the data that can be collected. What do you see happening in the brand space? Like, how many marketeers are really embracing collecting and using different first-party data sources?
I see lots of FMGs looking at first-party data. They're very keen to also be able to measure, and that's why they come to us, because we're able to close the loop for them and determine how well their campaign works.
And what kind of shift do you think it needs for the industry to take for this to become like everybody's starting to do it and embrace it?
Well, I think there's going to be a meteoric shift. If you look at Google's blog post last week that said that they are going to be moving away from third-party cookies, which we already knew. But Google owns 65% of the browser market. And if they close off third-party cookies, with Safari and Firefox being the other key players, and they've already blocked third-party cookies, there's going to be a meteoric shift to first-party data. It was a very short statement, but in the first half, Google were talking about that they were not going to be replacing third-party cookies with any other IDs. And at the end, they focused on championing first-party partners that could deliver the message directly to customers, and they'll be supporting them going forward.
Great. Look, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's been great to hear like a tangible kind of first-party solution. So it's great to have you here.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the day.